Okay, welcome everybody to another episode of Traders Classroom. Today we are going to look at a very important feature. Basically, it's not a trade setup, but it's a discussion about RSI. That why we choose certain levels on RSI. Why I keep telling that 66.66 levels and 33.33 levels are more important levels on the RSI to trade. So there is a mathematical backing and mathematical reason behind it. So let's look upon that thing, and then we'll just, and then it will make yourself very clear about why the levels are used. So first of all, due to the mathematical constants of being squeezed into the range of 0 and 100, the distance traveled by the price on the chart will not be directly proportional to the change in the price caused the move. That means since RSI is contained between 0 and 100, so whenever the prices moves, the distance of the price in the moves, if you compare the distance that is traveled by the price, and if you compare the distance which is traveled by the RSI, would not be proportional. That means they will be log there will be a logger, there will be a log type of relation. So there is a non proportional or disproportional relationship between the movement of price and the RSI. So for a given look back period, when the up average equals to the down average in the relative strength calculation, RSI displays 50 as up and down balances. So when, as you know, if you have seen the RSI calculation, we have to calculate the relative strength, and when the up days and the down days, or the average move of the up days in the last 14 period is equal to the average move of the down days in the last 14 period are equal, then we will have a 50 reading on the RSI, and that means that at 50 the RSI has the greatest velocity and it is at a neutral zone. So it will either rapidly increase, it will slow down, right? RSI will start slowing down as it approach the upper and the lower level. So basically what I mean to say by this is, suppose so this is the 100 level of the RSI, and this is the 0 level of the RSI, and this is the 50 level of the RSI. So as RSI will cross the 50 level and start moving to the 100 levels, the move of the RSI will slow down in comparison to the move of the price, right? So as you see, as we move to the edges 0 and 100, a small move in the RSI corresponds to a relative larger move in the price. That means, as I told you, that as we move to the 100 levels or 0 levels on the RSI, suppose we were at 50. Now from to take it from 50 to 60, the price needs to move 10 points. To take it from 60 to 70, the price will need to move 12 points. To take it from 70 to 80, the price will need to move 15 points. And to take it from 80 to 90, the price will need to move 20 points, or not 20 points, say 30 points. So what happened? We are moving 10 points on the RSI itself. From 50 to 60, we are moving 10 points in the RSI, but see, when we move a level up from 60 to 70, the price needs to be more. The price needs to move more to take RSI to another level up. Okay, so before it was 10 point, now it was 12 point. Now to take the price from 70 to 80, RSI move is only 10 point, but the price move is 15 point. And to take it from 80 to 90, RSI move is only a 10 point move from 80 to 90. The price need to move 15 points or more than that. So there is a non-proportional or disproportional relationship between the RSI and the price, right? and when the balances shift in favor of the up and down average, the RSI value will fall or rise not directly proportional to in the linear manner. As explained here, the manner will be not linear. So even if the RSI moves 10 point, the price movement is more. This is a disproportional relationship. Now let us look at this table and everything will be clear. So just have a look at this. At the 50 levels, right? At the 50 levels, 1 point move in price causes 1 point move in RSI. So this is the RSI and this is the 50 level and this is the price. So suppose price is at 100. Now if it moves to 101, the RSI will move to 51, right? Because it is at a neutral zone. So 1 point move in price is causing 1 point move in RSI. Now when we move to 66.66, when RSI will move to 66.66 levels, this relationship is true, almost true, until we reach the 66.66 levels. Now once we reach the 66.66 levels on the RSI, right, a 2 point move will be required to take RSI above 66.66. That means if it wants to go to 66.67 and the price is at 100, suppose, so 102 will be required. The proportion is now changing. Let's have a look. A 2 point move will be required here. As we move forward, a 2 point move will be required to push RSI to another level. Now the ratio changes at 66.66 levels. Now this is very important. That's why this 66.66 level is important, because at this place the ratio becomes disproportional. So this level is important and we consider this level as the bullish level or the bearish level, because above this the price starts to push very heavily and the RSI moves very slowly. So when it reaches to 75, and to move above 75, a 3 point move in the price is required to move RSI 1 point. As it reaches the 80 levels, a 4 point move in the price is required to move RSI to 1 point, 1 point above 80. And when it reaches the 90 levels, just imagine a 10 point move in price is required to move RSI 1 point. The ratio is 1 is to 10. Right. Now suppose the RSI is at 90 levels. RSI is at 90 levels. Now just think what will happen here if there is a, because a 10 point move is required, no, to, suppose the prices are at 100 here, so we require 110. A 10 point move is required to push the price to 91 levels. Now just imagine, if for 2 or 3 days the prices does not move 10 point, what will happen? This ratio will change drastically and RSI will start falling and it will come down very quickly. So that's why these type of levels become oversold levels. And what happens when the RSI starts to come down very quickly and it will start adjusting itself, then we will say that the market is correcting. Actually the market is not correcting, we are not getting a 10 point move in comparison to the previous levels. Maybe we are getting an 8 point move or 6 point move or 7 point move, but still the price is moving up. That's why RSI is coming down. Similarly when we go down, right, similarly that happens, right, below 50, when we reach 33.33 levels, a 2 point fall is required to push RSI down below 33.33 level. A 3 point fall is required to push RSI down below 25 levels. And when we reach RSI at 10 levels, a 10 point move is required to push RSI to 9, the level of 9. Again a 10 point move will require to push RSI below the level of 9, that is 8. So this is the disproportional relationship between the price and the RSI. Now when we are deep into the oversold area, right, suppose this is a level of 10 we're deep into the oversold area. If we are not getting a 10 price move, 10 point move, RSI will start moving up slowly. If we are not getting a 10 point move, RSI will start moving slowly, right? And suppose here we get a big move on the downside. Suppose we get a 7 to 8 point move, then RSI will come down, and this is the point where we make a negative reversal. So everything is mathematically explained, and everything is maths. It's not a observation, a layman's observation, or it's nothing like that. It's fully math, and that's why RSI is one of the most powerful tools available today. And if you can, really learn this thing, and if you can really learn this table, and if you can learn everything about this, it will surely increase your trading odds into many folds. Now, what I have just explained is what I have written. RSI means resistance increasingly when it approaches the extreme of 0 to 100, right? Because more moves in price are required to move RSI beyond to these levels. Or we can reframe this: larger price moves are required to take RSI from one level to another than it was needed previously. Okay, as we explained on the table. Only, or we can reframe like this: a small change in price can make a substantial move in RSI when it moves near the extremes. Alright, so above 66.66 and 33.33, the resistance becomes more visible. So just look at this chart. As I told you that till 66.66 and 33.33, the resistance will be, this thing will not be much visible. But as you move above 66.66 or below 33.33, the ratio starts to change and this resistance starts to become visible. That's why these two levels are more important, and we keep our range rules to these levels. So to summarize, when the RSI is at extreme points, small move in price can change a big move in RSI. Alright. When the RSI is at 80 overbought for full markets, a small change can take the prices to 70 or 60 levels. When the RSI is at 20, that is oversold for bear markets, a small change in the price can push RSI to 30 or 40 levels, where we'll get a reversal. So if we sum up 60.66 and 33.33, we land near 99.99, the zone in which RSI is locked. That means 100, right? Almost 100, we will reach 100. So if we add 66.66 and 33.33, we will reach 100. So the 100 is the upper boundary and lower boundary. This is the range where between 0 and 100 RSI is locked. So this is the range where 0 and 100 RSI is locked between 0 and 100. So 63.66 and 33.33 may be more important or may be more significant than the 60-40 levels, right? So this is how the 60-40 levels were derived, because what Andrew Cardwell generally started noticing that beyond 60, the RSI is facing resistance, the ratio is changing, and beyond 40, again beyond 33.33, the ratio is changing and RSI is facing resistance. So instead of taking exact 66.66 and 33.33, he took a round figure, say 60-40, to make it more easy and make it more simple. But this is how you have to understand why 66.66 and 33.33 comes into play. Now, if I tell you 60-40 is 60-40 is a range, a neutral range. So you may be wondering why and how this neutral range occurs, right? So this is what I was always wondering when I was told 60-40 levels, and I started, to explore why these levels are important, and I landed onto this thing. And so I just thought that it will be a great thing to share with you everyone, because you should know why the levels are important. So this was it for guys today, and maybe because there are no good trading setups in the market right now, I'm not finding any. So basically, it's no point in discussing anything. So trade well, and until then, keep learning.